Now another notch in the belt. Another tough one. This season really has been about opportunities lost for the Eagles as they go down to defeat to the excuse me to the New York Football Giants, 28-23, and it's like what team wanted to lose the game in the end, right? The Giants pretty much had the game in hand, and Eli throws a late fourth quarter interception. Jordan Hicks back-to-back weeks with a pick. But obviously the Eagles couldn't get a late touchdown there to get the lead. But really, if you think about it, this game was, um, this game, you could say it was lost in different facets too, because obviously early in the game, the two interceptions by Carson Wentz, he's a rookie. We praised him, for having great games, but we have to remember he is a rookie. He's going to make mistakes. It's going to happen, and those were just bad mistakes he made before the game, in the first quarter rather, the first two possessions, two interceptions by the Giants. He looked like a rookie in that time, and I think he bounced back. I think he made some good plays. I mean, obviously Bryce Treggs had a big catch. Boy, it was nice to see that. We've been missing that for a couple years, but just wasn't meant to be. In the end, it's another loss. They're 500. The old saying's true. Sometimes you are what your record says you are. They got off to a great start. We were all excited. Obviously, particularly because of what, how horrible this season was a year ago, and going from that to that, from that season to 3-0. Excuse me. Oh, I'm so tired, man. But going from all that and then 3-0 start, rookie quarterback, rookie head coach. Things are looking good, and then the bye week, and I'm not saying it's because of the bye week, but, they were 3-0 before it, and they're 1-4 after it. So, either they got figured out or, whatever. But, obviously, it's tough. And, it's always tough to make videos after a loss. I've been doing more of that than wins since I've started this series. But, this season's really boils down to just missed opportunities. The Detroit game, Dallas game, not going for the long field goal, pushing it back at the 10, not getting an interception there, late in the game, and now this. It's just, opportunities. Now they do get the interception late in the game, but couldn't score a touchdown after it to get the lead. Obviously, a lot of talk. Excuse me. Goodness. A lot of talk is a little indigestion. I don't know, but a lot of talk has been about the decision making by Doug Peterson. Fourth down conversions or lack thereof. My thing is that he was real aggressive at the beginning of the season before the bye week. Going for the fourth downs, and sometimes you live and die by it. And at the beginning of the season, they were living by it. Now they're, today they died by it. Two opportunities to kick field goals, take points. And obviously, everyone would rather touchdowns than field goals. But at a point in that game, it was early in the game. You're still in the game. I mean, you get points when you can take them on the road, particularly against a division opponent. Go for the fourth downs in the second half. Take the points in the first half because you never know where those points are going to come in handy. Obviously, they would have came in handy at the end. You lose by 5. But it's a first year coach. Hopefully, he learns by these mistakes and doesn't continue to make them. Maybe he does. I really don't know. It's hard to read Doug Peterson right now as a head coach. I think he's done some really good things. I think he's done some, questionable things. Obviously, the play calling. Why are they not running the ball more? You have a rookie QB out there. Give him some help. If a defense really doesn't have to worry about any kind of a threat of a running game, what's the point of even having running backs on the team besides special teams, right? Or blocking. I don't know. 4th and 1, why is Ryan Matthews not in there? I mean, he's your big power back. It's not the fourth quarter, so you don't even have to worry about him fumbling. It's why is he not in the game at that point? Why is he on the sidelines? And all due credit and respect to Darren Sproles, he's one of my favorite Eagles. But why is Darren Sproles there on 4th and 1 and Ryan Matthews is on the sideline? Unless he's hurt. I don't understand that at all. The Giants are probably sitting there going, thank you. Even though Darren can be a little hard to find sometimes, in the crowd, but, I don't know. I didn't get that call there, but, that call alone didn't lose them the game. Obviously, there was a blocked field goal there, too. Pierre Paul came in and blocked that field goal attempt. Giants got the ball at that point. Eagles didn't get 8 points on that drive, which was a good drive. Just a lot of miscues, Obviously, 2 early interceptions, not going for field goals. I mean, the first half really lost them the game. I mean, if you really want to boil it down to simple sense, it was the first half. I mean, the second half, I think they played better. Though, when they got a touchdown on the first possession, they let the Giants go right down the field, get a touchdown. And for God's sakes, when in the world are we ever going to have just lockdown corners on this team? The last time I can remember any semblance of a cornerback duo on the Eagles was when Lito Shepherd and Sheldon Brown were here. And that was a long time ago. I mean, I don't understand. It's just one of those, crazy things in sports, I guess. It's like, man, I mean, can the Flyers ever get a goalie? Can the Eagles ever get corners? It's just one of those things. I mean, can the Sixers finally get a guard, after Iverson? I mean, I don't know. Strange things. But I don't know. Maybe, cornerback, it would be nice if you turn around and look for the ball every now and then. Yeah, I just, it's just me. I don't know. It's frustrating. I mean, we complain about the receivers, dropping passes. We complain about the corners not looking for the ball, not being able to cover anybody. It's frustrating. I totally get that. I mean, we're a fan base that just, we have to deal with a lot of frustration, and it's difficult. I mean, I would love to make these videos after wins. I'd love to, since I've started this series, the Eagles have, I don't know, maybe I'm the curse. I have no idea. The Eagles haven't, had a winning season. They haven't made the playoffs, and, I know, Pistol's been holding it down there in the TTC with his Raiders for many years, struggling away, and now they're having a good year, so he's being rewarded. I'm not in the TTC, and I won't get into TTC. It's nothing against them. I don't have the time for it. I'm happy I have time to make this video once a week after Eagles games. I'll continue to do it. I mean, look, I'm a fan. It's hard to be a fan of this team. They test you, but I'm a fan, and that's never going to change. I will always make these videos after games, win or lose, try to break it down as best I can. I mean, that's, one of the things I wanted to do, when I started this series is kind of show you guys what it is to be an Eagles fan, what it is to, go through seasons, with this football team, and it's tough. We don't have it easy as other fan bases may have it. We have to deal with a lot of adversity with this team. I mean, I know the Cubs just won a World Series. I mean, their fans were rewarded after years of, and we haven't gone 100+ years, but it certainly feels like it. We don't get glorified, for it like other fan bases do that have gone through long, championship droughts. But it's it's certainly not a easy thing to be, but that's what being a fan is. Fan is short for fanatic, and we love this team, and it's like a relative. You're going to be angry at them sometimes. You're going to be happy with them sometimes, but they're always going to be there. I mean, the thing about it is the Eagles have always been in Philly. They had never moved, came back, anything like that. It's one of the franchises in the NFL that's been around a long time, and they have championships. They just don't have Super Bowls. But this is an area that loves football, loves this team, and we're reminded many times by other fan bases of what we don't have. But we're always going to be there, and I've always said this, and I'll continue to say it, is that, this is a passionate fan base. This is a fan base that cares about this team. It's not easy. I mean, this team just, they give us Attica, agita, rather. Agita, that's the word I'm trying to say. Attica, I don't know where that one came from, but, that's Dog Day afternoon. Attica! Yeah, they give us that too. God, if I can just lose this friggin' cough. I was sick a few weeks ago, and the lingering effects of it is this cough. And every now and then it just comes up. It's like, God damn it. I don't know, maybe the Eagles made me sick. I have no idea, but after the bye week, they've certainly made me sick. Anyhow, Eagles go down 28-23. Against the Giants. I guess the one thing Chip Kelly was good at was beating the Giants, right? He was 5-1 versus, for whatever reason. He was a horrible head coach, but he knew how to beat the Giants. I mean, again, opportunity lost in this one. To try to get a W even after that bad start, the second half, it was there for them. I mean, it was like the Giants were trying to give it away. It's like, we don't want this. You take it. No, you can have it. It's okay. But no, a tough one. Obviously, anytime you lose, it's a tough one. It is what it is. They're 4-4. They're 500. It's not looking any easier coming up. The Falcons are a red-hot team. They're up next. It's here. The Eagles have certainly played better at home than, this season. But, I mean, they're undefeated at home this season. But it's going to be a tough one. Local boy Matt Ryan comes back and home, and, they're playing really good. I mean, obviously that offense is really clicking right now. I knew that was going to happen. They're playing really well. I mean, the Falcons look like a team that's going to win that division and make the playoffs and maybe make some noise in the playoffs. You never know. NFC this year I don't think is overly strong. I think there's some teams that are going to contend, but, it's kind of up for grabs. I hope Dallas doesn't win it. I can't. I mean, my nightmare scenario is Dallas, New England, Super Bowl. I don't even know. I always watch the Super Bowl, so I'll probably watch it, but I don't want to see that. That's like, come on, no. We'll see. It's going to be a tough one. It's tough to rebound. I didn't touch on this last week. It just skipped my mind. I mean, the whole Josh Huff situation. Look, the guy's an idiot. I mean, the problem is the Eagles have had a few idiots on their team this season. I don't know what to tell you. Maybe it was a blessing in disguise because, if Treggs becomes a really good receiver, it's like, well, he was given the opportunity because of stupidity by another player. And you just never know when opportunity is going to present itself. You make the most of it. Maybe he does. I mean, he had some, he had a really good play today and a long catch play. And it's been a while since we've seen one of those. So that was certainly encouraging. The only shame of it is he didn't score a touchdown, but it was still a big play by him, and nice play there. Hopefully, we'll see a little more of that as the season goes along. I don't know. Look, the warts are going to be there. I mean, they got corners that don't cover that great. They got receivers who, for the most part, don't come up big in big situations. They don't have an semblance of a running game. Their offensive line has holes. Look, I mean, it is what it is. You are what your record is. I mean, they're a 500 team. They're playing like a 500 team. They're playing right now like a below 500 team, if you ask me. But, you never know. A win next week would go a long way, maybe to cure some ails for them right now. It's going to be tough. Obviously, the Falcons, look, they're playing really well. I mean, they're one of the top teams in the NFC right now. So it's going to be a tough one. But, if they can bounce back and get that win at home somehow against Atlanta, you never know how things can go. The problem, though, for right now is that, obviously 4-4, but they're 0-3 in the division. And, 2 of those 3 games, I mean, the Redskins game was just such a poor performance. I mean, they weren't going to win no matter who they played that week, playing like that. But the other 2, the Dallas game last week and the Giants game this week, I believe they were winnable games. They were games that they could have gotten. Certainly Dallas. And they let that one get away. And the Giants pretty much decided, wanted to give them this one, but the Eagles didn't want to take it at the end. But, the difference of 2-1 and 0-3 is right there. It's that. And it's just, it's the maddening thing. That's what sports does. It's like, there is a fine line between winning and losing. And you see the teams that win and how they win, and then you see the teams that lose and how they lose. And it is what it is. What can you do? I gotta go. I gotta get something to drink just to clear out my throat. But sorry for the cough fits during this video. I just never know where they're gonna hit. But I'm getting there. So, hey, as always, tough loss today. It's been a couple tough losses back-to-back weeks. But hopefully they rebound against Atlanta at home next week. And as always, go Birds, and I'll see you then. And, let's hope for better things. As it does suck to make these videos after losses. I've done a lot of them, but doesn't get any easier. All right, everyone, take care. I'll see you in the next one.